If you sit here and you need time to get your finances together, okay, fine. You get yourself together. When you are together, find me. If not, in the meantime, I will be dating. And I'll be looking for somebody that can provide. I'll be looking for somebody that can meet my qualifications, okay? I'm not here to be holding it down for nobody. Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. It's Michelle Amare. I'm excited because today I'm doing my first beauty related video. It will be a get ready with me chit chat, so I'm really excited. I love beauty, I love makeup, I love hair. I'm the type of girl to get dressed, get cute, just to sit in the house and just look at myself. And that's just me being very honest. I just love getting dressed. I just love the process. I love all of it. So I'm really excited to share some of my pointers with you guys, some of my tips, and show you guys how I do my makeup. In this chit chat, get ready with me. I've never done one of these before, so I'm kind of nervous. I don't know what I know what I'm gonna be talking about actually. So I saw on Twitter a while back this video of this girl talking with this man, and she was basically talking about how if a man doesn't make twice her income, then he's broke to her and she has no business dating him.
If you're broke when I meet you, you don't stand a chance. Because...
What's broke to you? What is defined broke?
You make less than double what I make.
Less than double?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not a shit ton.
Okay.
But you should be making double what I make. That being said, it's because I've held broke men down. I've been played by broke men.
Okay.
And personally, it doesn't pay off. So I won't do it again. And it is what it is. It's not hard to find someone who makes twice what I make. I personally attract people who make like a whole spectrum. That being said, if you are broke and I choose to deal with you, I will belittle you. It is what it is. And I reserve the right to do that.
I have some thoughts and some comments on that. I have a lot actually. So before we get into this, I'm gonna go ahead and start installing my wig. This is a wig that I got off of Amazon. I'll be very honest, I just now started wearing human hair. Thank you, unemployment. I can't say that. I'm being very honest though. I used to love synthetic. And let me tell you this, I used to be one of those girls who be like, y'all need to stop talking mess about synthetic hair. I mean, shoot, not everybody wants to go into credit card debt for some bundles. But sis, let me tell you, it's because I didn't have the money. And it's not even that I didn't have the money. I didn't see the point of like spending money on human hair if I was getting really great results with synthetic hair. Well, let me not say great results. I was doing a little something and I wasn't looking crazy. I wasn't looking trashy. So I was like, you know what? If I could get away for $30, $40 and still look nice, I said, why not? So yeah, that's the situation. But now that I've started wearing human hair, sis, I've come to the light. All right, now starting with the actual chit chat part of this video. My thoughts on that video. I personally am not mad at her. I am not mad at her for having that kind of standard for herself. I'm not mad at her for believing that she's deserving of a man of that caliber. I mean, I'm happy for her. I'm happy for her as a woman, especially a black woman, to have that kind of standard for herself. Like, I think that's good. The issue that I do have with it though, it's just the way she expressed that standard. I kind of look at it like, you know, those black men who choose to not date black women and prefer to date white women, but still have black women in their mouth, like always have something to say about black women, always speaking down on black women. Like, if you're really that happy and content with your dating situation, why are you talking about any other race of women? Just focus on whatever you got going on. And I think the same thing about broke men. Like, if you know that's not what you want, you don't have to sit here morning till night talking down on men who don't fit your financial standard. Just identify them as broke men and choose to not date them. But all this talk of, oh, I would speak down on him and I would treat him like trash and yada yada yada, to me that's really disgusting behavior. And you know, the way she put herself out there like that just makes her look like, I personally don't think she's a gold digger. I don't think you're a gold digger just because you choose to have a certain financial standard. I mean, it's just a matter of standards. I don't think it's gold digging. I ain't saying she a gold digger. She just ain't messing with no broke That's all it is. But I do think she does come off as like a very conceited and not even conceited. I think she comes off as very insecure, because even when she was talking, she was saying how she has held broke men down in the past and they've hurt her. And so I think she was really speaking from a place of hurt. And that's why I can't really talk too much mess about her, because I know when I was in that state where I was done wrong by so many men and was just back to back to back, I got very bitter. And the thing about being a very bitter person is that you just start talking in a very bitter manner, and you're so condescending. You know, hurt people. So I think that's what she was projecting. She was projecting a lot of her insecurities. She was projecting a lot of her hurt. And that's why it came off. I don't think her message was like trash and like poor, but the way it was conveyed was problematic because of the fact that it was coming from a place of anger. So yeah, I'm not even gonna give sis too much heat, because you know, I've been there. I know how it feels to be hurt. I know how it feels to, you know, be angry and just want to project that anger. And that's okay. That's okay. Broke men have done her wrong. She has the right to go about and say that, look, because of how I've been treated in the past, if you broke, I don't want nothing to do with you. And that's fine. That is perfectly fine. And another reason why I would never speak down on her as a black woman, especially having that kind of standard, is because, for one, I feel like in the black community, especially with our women, there's a lot of women who believe that it's okay to hold down a man. You know, like, it's almost like we're conditioned to be the ones who are holding the family unit down. You know, there's a lot of single mothers trying to hold down their family life. A lot of black women are the breadwinners in their homes. You know, like, there's an issue with absent fathers. There's an issue with men who aren't able to provide. And I'm not even here to bash black men at all, because, you know, I recognize that there are a lot of systemic issues that contribute to the condition of the black family and how it is today. I mean, and a lot of it is not even our fault. A lot of it is not even, like, we weren't the ones who created that condition. So, you know, I'm not going to give black men as a whole heat on that. However, I do believe in taking accountability for things and doing the best you can with what resources you have to ameliorate your living situation. So, you know, I do still think it's important for just black men and black women to just step up to be better, step up to heal and fix a lot of issues that are prevalent in our communities. But let's normalize healthy family units, all right? Whichever way people choose to make that look like, let's normalize that. Let's normalize a household unit where, if it's a man and a woman bringing a child into the world, both the man and the woman are present in a very healthy relationship and they're raising that child. All this nonsense of the man ditching before the baby's even delivered, no, I think stuff like that needs to be cut, and we don't need to be dealing with that. And so when a black woman comes around and she's like, look, this is the standard I have for myself. I'm not dating a man who's not making such and such figures. I'm not dating a man who doesn't have his own house, his own car. I'm not going to knock sis for that, because if you want better for yourself, who am I to say anything? And now let me talk about my own personal dating preferences. Like I said, I agree with her. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with the kind of mindset that she has. I don't like the way she expressed it. I feel like she could have done it a little bit better, but I agree. And that's, I don't think I have that same standard. Like, you have to make double what I'm making. I don't have first of all, I'm not even making nothing, so I can't really talk. I am unemployed right now, okay? I am unemployed, so I'm definitely not about to sit here talking about, ooh, he gotta make this and that and da-da-da-da-da-da. I mean, don't get me wrong, when I get out of law school, sis, levels don't change. But for now, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and put a number on it. But I know for myself, I know the kind of lifestyle I want. And I know the kind of lifestyle I want to give my future children, my future family. And I'm not going to entertain a man who's not able to provide that, and who I'm not sure will be able to give me that and give my future family that. And that's just that on that. I don't care. You know, a lot of people talk about, oh, you know, money doesn't matter. There are men who will love you and respect you and treat you. Love will not pay my bills. Love will not give me the financial security that I need to feel safe in my household, in my marriage, in my family unit. Love doesn't do those type of things. Don't get me wrong. I don't know why people make it seem like it's an either or situation. Like you have a rich man that's horrible and hates you and doesn't respect you, or you have a broke man that loves you and gives you the world. Listen, there are broke men out here who are hurting women, who are on nonsense, who are cheating, who are doing the absolute most. Like, at the end of the day, like, the size of a person's pockets doesn't dictate, you know, how they're going to treat you. But one thing I will tell you is that I ain't trying to figure it out with the broke man, okay? I am not the one. I am not the one. And I am not the one trying to build a man to be anything. What the heck do I look like? After spending how many years on myself, working to build myself up, working to become the woman I am going to become, the woman I am becoming, I will now then go out and lower myself to be building a man. Here's one thing I believe in. I believe in treating men like men, all right? And, you know, this is just all my perspective and just how I feel about things. I believe that a man should be a provider. Point blank, period. I believe a man should be a man who takes responsibility for his household, takes responsibility for himself, and takes responsibility for his family. Now, how am I going to come into the picture with the assumption of I'm here to build him and I'm here to make him this great, amazing person, when I believe that as a man, he should already be that and be helping me and be helping my family and be leading and be guiding. Now, don't get me wrong. Nobody's perfect. No man is perfect. No man's going to have it all the way 100%. I believe we as women are there as helpers to help and assist in the household and in the relationship as best as we can. Relationships are give and take. What I want is a kind of dynamic where it's like he is the leader and I'm the person that is assisting in ways that I'm able to assist. You know, we're still, how do I put it? Yes, men and women are equal, but we're not equal in the same regards all the times. Like, we have our different strengths and we have different places where our strengths are exemplified in the relationship. And so I believe that as a woman, it's my place to allow him to lead, but in the places and in the areas where I'm great at and I'm skilled at, then I go in and assist. Why would I sit here building a man if I believe that he should be leading and he should be the one already at a certain level and I'm there to follow suit? It doesn't make sense to me. So, you know, I just, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in holding a man down as he's trying to get himself up. If he's trying to get himself up, let him sit there and get himself up. And when he gets up, come and holler at me. You know, I don't understand how people are broke, don't have nothing going for themselves, but still want to be out here dating. If your money is not correct, if your education is not correct, if you're not headed towards somewhere, leave women alone. What are you doing with them? How are you? And those are the kind of men who are so miserable in themselves. And those are the types who will bring you down as a woman. If you allow yourself to be in the presence of a man who doesn't know what he's doing for himself, doesn't have anything going on for himself, and you're a woman who's in her bag, is serious about her education, is, you know, committed to her growth, committed to herself, and you allow yourself to be in the presence of nonsense, sis, you're gonna suffer. You're gonna suffer. You're not helping him. You're not pulling him up. He's pulling you down, okay? You have more to lose than you have to gain from that situation. Run. And you know, when I talk about these things, I'm really not coming from a place of arrogance. I've lived in family units where I've seen how disastrous it can be when it's the woman that's leading the household and she's the breadwinner and she's the one caring for the household. She's the one carrying the weight. I've seen how destructive that can be on a woman. But this is my opinion. Like I said, we're not designed to be able to be doing all that. You know, working 50, 60-hour work weeks, then come home and clean the dishes and make sure the house is together, make sure the kids are good. Bro, like, we are not mules. Like, literally, if you just look at the anatomy of men and women, men are hardwired to be able to go in full force and work like that. Please, I don't want that. I don't want that at all. All right? This whole idea of glamorizing how hard people grind and work, please. I'd rather be the person holding it down at home, making sure my man has a very nice and beautiful home to be coming home to, a very nurturing and caring and loving household to be coming home to, so that he's supported and is able to go out there, grind, do what he has to do, and then come back home and, you know, pay the bills, take care of his family, take care of me. That's what I prefer. And that's just me. And you know, women are different. And that's the great thing about like feminism and just how our society has changed. You don't have to be a stay-at-home mom if you don't want to. You have that liberty to be able to pursue your own passions and do the things that make you happy. For me, I've always said that my number one goal in life has always and honestly been to be a mom. To be a mom, be a wife, be a home taker, a home caretaker, whatever. Be that. That has always been my number one thing, because I grew up and I didn't really see that. And I wasn't really able to be raised in that kind of family unit. And I think it really affected me. It was something that I've always wanted. It was something that, you know, I always dreamed of having, and not having it, I think it really hurt me. And I want to be able to bring children into the world where they're able to see a healthy and loving family unit where, you know, mom isn't temperamental and angry because she's well taken care of. She doesn't have the stress of just life on her hands. And, you know, they're just seeing a very healthy family unit, a very healthy marriage and relationship. So that is definitely important to me. So now, because I have that type of dating preference for myself, and I know what I aspire for and the kind of marriage that I want to have, I date accordingly. It doesn't make sense for me to be dating people who aren't at that level if I know that I'm aspiring to be in a relationship where my man is a provider and he's someone who enjoys doing that. And here's the thing, like, I'm not here to convince any man to be a provider. I'm not here to convince any man to even desire to provide for me and provide for my family and take that responsibility. Like, I'm not here to do that, because there are men who already come with that understanding and come with that desire. It's so much easier to just seek those men out and date them and see if it works out for you. No point sitting here trying to convince these men. And that's why I personally do not care to be involved in like social media debates about who should pay for the first date and are we splitting the rent 50-50 and nonsense like that. I don't care. I'm not worried about this stuff. First of all, the men I'm interested in don't even have the time to be on social media talking about stuff like that, nonsense like that, you know? So I'm not worried. I just see those conversations and be scrolling right past. If I'm bored, maybe I'll interject my little opinion, my little 2 cents, but I don't really care. It doesn't ever bother me. I don't really get my feelings hurt at all, because those are just not the kind of men I'm checking for to begin with. So for my dating preferences, yeah, even with dating, I like to see that he's a man that likes to provide. Is he making sure that I'm not touching a bill whenever I'm around him? All of that is very important to me, and that's the kind of standard I have for myself. And I know like people like talking about like, well, if you're a woman and you can't get it for yourself, you can't expect a man to get it for you. You don't have to be making or be at his level or be as educated as him to be able to be deserving of a man of financial means. I don't believe in that. And I wish women can just get that out of their heads. Like, you're not deserving of something if you're not able to give it to yourself. Okay, whatever. And I mean, like I said, it doesn't really apply to me because, you know, I'm going to law school. I'll be financially well off. I don't have to worry. I don't have to be 100% dependent on a man to give me the kind of lifestyle I want. I just prefer to get it without having to be the person slaving for it, and be able to still add into that man's life. Like, just because I'm not paying bills and just because I'm not adding financially to the household like that doesn't mean I'm still not valuable to him. Doesn't mean I'm not bringing that man peace. Doesn't mean I'm not creating a loving and nurturing home. Doesn't mean I'm not birthing his children. Like, I think there are still a lot of valuable ways that women are able to contribute to the household that don't necessarily have to be financially. All right, I went ahead and did my eyeliner and fixed up my eyeshadow a little bit more. But I was gonna say, I think it's so funny when men like to bully women out of their preferences and start calling them birds. Well, if that's what makes me a bird, chirp, chirp. Chirp, chirp then, baby, chirp, chirp. Because I'd rather be a bird and be struggling Okay. Like, it's fine, it's okay. Here's the thing about marriage is that it's for better or for worse, and I truly believe that. I'm not the type of woman who would be like, oh, if my man gets down, I'm leaving. First of all, the kind of man I'm interested in, wouldn't even put himself in that kind of situation. He would do the savings, make sure he's great financially and can overcome any situation. So I'm not really worried about that with my type. But at the end of the day, like, life is unpredictable. You never know what will happen. I am not the type of woman to, once I say I do, and I do through thick and thin, through everything. That's different. But I will not be giving a man I do privileges as we're dating. If you sit here and you need time to get your finances together, okay, fine. You get yourself together. When you are together, find me. If not, in the meantime, I will be dating, and I'll be looking for somebody that can provide. I'll be looking for somebody that can meet my qualifications. Okay, I'm not here to be holding it down for nobody. That's not God's will for my life. Okay, it's not. But I want to make it clear that I don't think that a man's value should be based merely on his net worth. But at the same time, I'm not gonna say go and marry a broke man because he loves you. Please. So that's my own. That's my own. As a wise prophet once said, love is sweet, but when money enter, love is sweeter. That's the kind of love I want, okay? That's the kind of love I deserve. That's the kind of love I will have. And you know what? Like, I'll be real here. I personally don't date within my age group just because a lot of my men in my age group, like, we're all struggling. Like, we're all trying to get into schools. We're all trying to get our degrees. A lot of us aren't really working, in really high paying jobs yet. I get it. And so, because I personally, I want to get married soon. Not like in the next year or two. Definitely not. But like my third year of law school, I want a ring on my finger. Close to graduation, I want to be talking about wedding plans. I want my first kid in my mid to early 20s. Like, that's the kind of wavelength I'm on. So I'm not really at a place where I'm interested in dating somebody who's still trying to get themselves figured out and has like 10 or 15 years to go before they get to a place where they're financially stable. I don't want that. And so for me, I tend to prefer dating men who are at least like 10 years older than me or more. That is my preference. That's what I like. That's what I enjoy. I just like the maturity that comes with that age. And I'll be very honest with you, I'm not saying all of them are like that, because I've dated men who were in their 30s and were basically children. And so really, age is truly nothing but a number. But at least with age, you're more likely to come in contact with men who have their lives a bit more settled, they're financially a bit more stable, and mentally they're a lot more mature than they were at their 20s. And because, like, I'm not dating to have a cute person to put on my Instagram. I'm not dating to have a Netflix and chill type relationship. Like, I'm dating for something more serious, something more worthwhile. So, when I'm dating a man who's older, I know that, not that I know, but it's more likely that they're tired of the games. They're looking for their wife. There's less games with that, and I enjoy that because I'm not here for the games. I don't want it. I'm tired. Please keep me out of the streets. I don't want to be there. I had my fun in college. We're good. I'm good for a lifetime, okay? Girl, the streets were traumatizing. All right. Girl, I got in a car accident over the streets. I busted my tire twice over the streets. There's just no point dealing with men who are not stable in themselves and bring out the worst in you. It's just not worth it. So that's why I prefer dating older, because a lot of them don't have, first of all, they don't even have the energy, okay? They don't have the energy to be dealing with that. And if they're only there for friends with benefits type situation, they will tell you that straight up, okay? Because they don't have time to have a woman crazily banging on their door at 12 o'clock a.m. wondering why the lights in their room is on and who's this mystery car parked in front of their apartment. Not that I've been that woman. But they don't have time for that, okay? They don't have time for that. So they're not going to put you in a position where, you know, you even get to that point. So I prefer that. I prefer that. Alrighty, so I just went ahead and put my part. I think I'm gonna wear my hair as like a side part and then just put really glamorous curls in it. Yeah. I'm going for a really classy look tonight. So we're going to a steakhouse, a really fancy steakhouse. So, you know, I want to look nice. I want to give my man 2 meals to look at. Honestly, I have really good skin to begin with. So in terms of coverage, I don't really need that much. But sometimes, you know, you don't even want to look like yourself. And so that's where having like fuller coverage comes into play for me. And that's when I really like it. And I think the Milani foundation, it's a really great drugstore one. My cousin put me on. Speaking of my cousin, y'all go subscribe to her YouTube channel. It's Kashiofu. So I'm just gonna go through, put this all over. I'm gonna be a bit more cakey today because we're going out. And I just wanna look perfect. I wanna look, my man calls me, I can't really be saying he's my man because he hasn't asked me to officially be his girlfriend. Wow, what if he watches this? Here's a hint. But yeah, he what was I even talking about? Oh my god, I got sidetracked. I don't know why I brought him up to begin with. I think I was going somewhere with that, but whatever.
Like a snake, like a snake, move like a snake, like a snake, move like a snake.
What else do I want to talk about in regards to dating? My thing is that I'm also scared of dating. Like, I'm honest, the last time and the only relationship I've ever been in was in high school. And that doesn't count. So I am, but the thing is that I've dated a lot since then, but I haven't been in like a relationship. A lot of that is because a lot of men are trash, okay? A lot of men are trash. And yeah, that's just that. All right, I thought I was recording, but I guess I wasn't. So I've already gone through, done my face and everything, done my foundation, set it and all that kind of stuff. Now I'm gonna go through and put in some bottom eyeliner. So I'm actually running late. I did not realize that it's almost 8 and our reservation's for 8:30, and I'm probably gonna meet at his place before so that we can drive together to the, because I don't want to pay for valet. I'm so cheap. But yeah, I went ahead and did like a brown liner on my lips, and then wow, I'm rushing. Went ahead, some lip gloss. I'm gonna do my hair and then I'll come right back. I'm rushing. I am rushing. But yes, I'll be back. All right. I am on fast mode right now. I just finished quickly putting some curls in my hair. Yeah, that is that. Well, that's how my hair is looking, you guys. That is how my hair is looking. Gonna quickly put on my earrings. I love these. I wear these. I overwear these earrings. I really do. But it's just because they go with everything and they're just so elegant. They're so classy. They're just beautiful. And I think especially with this outfit, they're just perfect. Ooh, I look really cute. But yeah. Whew. This is the final look. This is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know I'm a blabbermouth. I really just went on and on and on, but I will probably vlog a little bit of like the day and whatever we get into. So I'll see you guys soon.